Hey everybody, look at that. It is Monday. What is not today? Monday, April the 20th. It's warming up outside. It's still a little chilly in here, but we've got stuff to talk about beyond all this corona mess. I'm tired of talking about that. Grab a cup of coffee and come right back for 7 minutes in the morning.
This is 7 Minutes in the Morning, where 5 days a week you get tips and hacks dedicated to helping business owners and leaders just like you find and break through the one thing that is preventing your success. And now, here's the host of 7 Minutes in the Morning and your results coach, Thom Rigsby.
Hey there, everybody. Good morning. Welcome back to the show. My name is Thom Rigsby, and this is 7 Minutes in the Morning, the usual name, where we talk about how to start, grow, and enjoy the benefits of business ownership. I say the usual name because for the last month or so, we have hijacked the show and turned it into our daily briefing for all things Corona and COVID-19. We'll still talk about those things, but it's time to get back to 7 minutes. It's time to put our foot over the gas pedal, at least if not on the gas pedal, and get back to growing a business that affords us the life and lifestyle that we crave. That's what we talk about here all the time. So that's what we're going to start talking about again. I will go ahead and start with the numbers, and then we'll get into our 7-minute update. So I'm going to switch back over here for just a second. I said last week that we can tell we're on the downhill side of this thing because politicians are starting to fight over it. And they are. And then over the weekend, we got a big update, a big explanation of the sporadic numbers we were seeing around April the 14th and 15th. And then the trickle-down effect from that in our growth rate. All of that was just so we could count more cases. But now that's happened. The correction has happened, and now that's going to normalize back out. And what's it doing? It's doing exactly what we expected it to do. There's that one. So our 5-day rate of growth is under 1 again. That's exactly what we expected to see. Here's the one everybody likes to see now, though. It's going exactly in the direction that we said it was going. It can't keep going up forever. And the trend is very clear. Very clear. No ambiguity about that. Are there going to be up days and down days? Sure there are. That happens anytime you look at the minutia of the statistical detail. That's why we have the trend line. That's why we mapped that, projected that, so we knew where, or at least had a pretty good idea where that was going. So that's the update. That's the COVID numbers update. Now, before I get into the rest of the update, just a quick reminder, if this is the first time you've watched us, hi. So glad that you are here and that you decided to join us. Why don't you do what all the other regulars do, whether they watch live or on the replay? They'll leave a comment. Say hi, hello, good morning. What's that behind you? You know, just whatever sounds good to you. I would appreciate that. It's always encouraging to see those comments come rolling in like Joe has done this morning. And then if you get any value at all from our time together, I would personally appreciate if you'd click on the share button right underneath. Share this with the business owners in your network. We all have them. Statistically, we know just a few over 2 business owners. Everybody knows 2. Share it with them. And then, of course, heart stars, thumbs up, and likes are always appropriate. All right, so the big question now related to this whole coronavirus thing is, when are we going to get back to work? And my answer is not soon enough. Now, I just did a spot on Fred's radio show talking about it doesn't have to be all or nothing, right? We don't have to go from shelter in place, gloves, masks, face shields. I saw sun hats with face shields on them. We don't have to go from that to back to the way it was last summer. We're not going straight from that back into 50,000 people in the stadium. to watch a ball game. Probably. It's going to be measured. It'll be slow in rolling out. And that's okay. That's smart thing to do. Restaurants should open at half capacity. I'm okay with that, right? But here's the reality of what's happening. If we don't start opening up, this is just reality, right? Those stimulus checks have hit bank accounts. Some stimulus checks have hit some bank accounts. That money, as the name would imply, stimulus, is intended to be spent, and it will be spent. Now, the only question is, will it be spent with a local retailer or with Amazon? Or, whoever your favorite shop from, mail order place is, right? If I have a rug shop, for example, here in town, and by edict, I'm not allowed to sell, but Amazon can sell whatever they want, where's that money going to get spent? We either need to open up or just pay people for their business because we're putting them out of business. So that's coming. It cannot stay this way forever. Just can't. Small business, big business won't survive if we leave it this way too long. All right. Enough of that. Let's get to the 7 minutes part of the show. What I do frequently is to have a quote of the day. And so we're going to have a quote of the day today. I like today's quote too. It comes from John Cage. And it relates to this coronavirus thing too. I don't understand why people are afraid of new ideas. I'm afraid of the old ones. Right? There are going to be things that change as a result of dealing with coronavirus that need to stay changed. The one we all kind of glommed onto is this work from home thing, but there are other things that have changed that will stay with us for a long time. Just like after 9/11, a lot of changes on how you get through the airport, and those have stayed with us, now forever. Sorry, I had to cough. Some things will change. Other things will go back to the way that they were. And we sit here now and we're beginning to see this already. We know that change is scary. And I've got a whole series that I've done on why change is scary and why that's a good thing, because it gets you to pay attention, right? But to sit here and say, oh no, I need to stay in my house, masked up, gloved up, shades drawn. I can't go out to get the mail. That's ridiculous. Just ridiculous. All right? There's a change coming. That change is going to be moving back closer, not 100%, but closer to the way things used to be. Get ready for it. Begin to prepare yourself mentally for it. As our quote says, I'm afraid of the old ones. I don't want to stay in the house. I don't want to stay isolated. I'm kind of an introvert, but I like being around people every once in a while. I bet you do too. That's why you're in business to begin with. So there's two elements of this. One is embrace the change, moving back to kind of the way that to a more open way of doing things. But the other one is look at your business from the perspective of what changes did we make in response to this coronavirus thing? What changes do we make that we need to keep? Some of them you need to keep. They're valuable. We did a Friday afternoon. Carrie and Joe and I did a little impromptu panel discussion. If you want to see that, that's in the group, Small Businesses Fight COVID-19. You just go there, replay is there, you can watch it. But we talked about some of these changes, especially as it relates to work from home. There's a ton of talk going around about work from home, so we wanted to talk about that. Well, that's probably something, if you're in a position, you have the type of business where you can do that, that's probably something you should be looking at. There's a lot of upside to that, not the least of which would be your improved ability to recruit people. Because right now, if you have a business, you want to limit it, you want to require people to come into the office every day, then you have to hire people who already live here or who are willing to move here. Not the best, just the best that are here. There might be somebody a lot better at it somewhere else, but you're artificially excluding them from your candidate pool just because you want to see them sit inside this box 8 or 9 hours a day. So don't be afraid of new ideas, right? Embrace the new, at least evaluate the new, see if it's something you need to hold on to so that you can be better prepared and out ahead. We've talked about this a lot. Be out ahead of your competition. Speaking of being out ahead of your competition, if you don't already have a 90-day plan, in fact, you should probably be operating on your 90-day plan already, then check out the link below, prismbusinesspartners.com. That is where you can go find out how to work with us to help, where we will help you put together that 90-day plan so you can hit the ground running. Get out ahead of your competition. Maybe stay out ahead of them for good. All right, that's it for today. You guys have a magnificent Monday. I'll be back again in the morning with the update. Until then, stay safe, do what you do, and take care. And right button here.